everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys 10 different exercises you can do in the gym to grow those glutes. So let's get started right away with number 1. Starting off with a squat using the Smith machine. We're going to use our resistance band just because this activates the glutes so much more. So using the Smith machine also is going to take some of the weight out of your core and your quads. So we're going to be able to hit those glutes and target them hard without having that weight resting on our shoulders like it would if you didn't have the Smith machine. So this is going to be a lot less pressure on the neck and shoulders. We're going to keep the weight kind of light here because we really want to focus on activating the glutes and nothing else. So you're going to go down slowly, a little bit past parallel until you feel those glutes firing up. And using that booty band is really going to make it work. All right, so do about 10 to 12 of these, take a break, and hit a few more sets. Number 2 is leg press. But instead of a standard leg press, we're going to put our feet up a little bit higher than we normally would, and you're going to once again use that resistance band. I want you guys to try doing this without the band and then try doing it with the band just to feel how much your glutes and the muscles around your hips are going to be working so much more. So that glute medius and that glute minimus. So these muscles are going to be hit hard. This is going to target the quads as well. So this is going to hit legs and glutes. And we want both of those for a nice sculpted physique. Number 3, this is a combination of 2 different exercises. So we're doing both a deadlift and a squat. But notice these are elevated. When you do this, it is going to really target those hamstrings. If we were doing this on the floor, we wouldn't be able to hit the hamstrings and the glutes quite as hard. So notice I can go a little bit lower than I would had I not had the risers on the floor. So try this with a kettlebell. You can also do this goblet squat with a dumbbell, but I just prefer the kettlebell because it's so much easier to grip. So try to hit about 20 of these just because we're doing 2 different movements. So it's like you're doing 10 of one and 10 of the other. It's super important to make sure your back is in one line and your back is flat as you're doing this. You see, I'm not rounding. We want to protect our spine because the lower back is crucial for so many different movements. So you don't want to injure yourself here. Next, we are hitting the hamstrings and the glutes. So this is going to take out those thighs. You're not really using your thigh muscles here. It's really stabilizing through the core, once again keeping that back flat and straight as you're hinging forward from your hips, doing these single leg deadlifts. These are going to hit the glutes in such an amazing way. I love doing these, and they also focus on stability, so they strengthen the muscles around your knees as well as your hamstrings. It is super important that your muscles are evenly balanced and you know how to hold weight evenly throughout both sides of your body. So doing unilateral exercises like this are going to help you recognize if you have one side that's stronger than the other and help to correct those imbalances. Okay, so hip abduction happens to be probably my favorite exercise to do for the glutes, especially right now, because I am someone who's not genetically gifted with wide hips. So this exercise helps to grow the muscles around the hips and the outer thighs, giving you the illusion of wider hips. So doing these normally will activate the muscles around the thighs, but if you really want to feel those glutes working, bring your butt to the edge of the seat, lean forward, and you can go a little bit heavier here than you would if you had your back flat against the seat. I really love this next exercise because you do not need to use any weight in order to feel it. This exercise is so amazing for strengthening your lower back muscles without straining them at all and really hitting those glutes and those hamstrings. If you guys want to intensify this, you can grab a weight. I like to use a weight plate when I do this, but for the purpose of demonstration, no weight was being used. Many of us have used this next machine for pull-ups, but you can also use this for push downs. So come up onto the lower step. I'm going to explain why. Because you have more range of motion, meaning you can get your leg higher than you would if you were on the higher step. So you can push down harder and work that glute muscle even more. So I love to do these as a finisher at the end of a hard leg day or glute day. Make sure you're doing the same amount of reps on both sides. Next up, we've got the reverse hack squat using a resistance band. Once again, we're using the band because it is going to really fire up the glutes more than it would had you not used the band. All right, so we're coming just at parallel or a little bit below. And oh my gosh, you guys are really going to feel this once again in the glutes. Make sure you're squeezing at the bottom, taking this nice and slow and controlled. For the last two exercises, we're going to be using the cable machine along with this rope attachment right here. I love this because it has two handles to grip and it is going to give you good range of motion. You're going to be able to reach through those legs. See, I'm coming behind and squeezing as I thrust forward. So I'm thrusting up, squeezing those glutes, really hitting the glutes hard here. Make sure you squeeze and hold for a couple seconds before moving on to the next rep. So coming up, squeeze, coming down through the legs. You should feel this in the hamstrings and glutes. And last but certainly not least, we have the cable kickback. So the important thing to note here is that you want to have your back straight and flat. So you want to come down to the point where you're parallel with the floor. You see how my back is flat? You don't want to stand up straight because you're going to put pressure on your lower back if you're lifting up your leg just from a stand. So lean forward, leg back and up until it's parallel to the floor. Squeeze that glute, come down and hit it again. Make sure you're doing the same amount of reps on both sides. And that is it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave me a comment below telling me how you liked it or anything I can improve on. And be sure to subscribe so you never miss out on my new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!